Welcome to your 20-minute yoga practice. Coming in and setting yourself up on your mat and making yourself comfortable with any props around you that you might like to have with you, maybe a pillow or a blanket. As you come to rest on your mat in a seated position. And we'll start by taking a few breaths in your seat. Using this moment to simply connect to your breath and your body. Maybe slowing down the inhale and slowing down the exhale. And you can bring one hand to your chest, one hand to your belly, and feeling your breath, your body. Not judging, just opening up to this space. Inviting in that sense of physical touch. And taking a couple of more deep breaths here. Maybe gently breathing in through the nose and softly out the mouth. And you gently start to remove the hands, taking them down beside you before taking up your left hand almost behind your ear so that your elbow is bent, and then coming into a gentle neck stretch. Maybe stretching out through the right fingers before taking this to a twist, circling around towards the right side, sitting up long and tall. And then swapping around side, taking that twist over to the left. Opening up a little more through the heart space. And then taking this to that gentle neck stretch. Over to the opposite side, right hand catches around the back of your head. And then gently releasing that hand and making your way over into a tabletop position. And checking the knees might be resting underneath the hips, hands pressing into the mat as you dip your belly low, breathing in for some cat-cow movements. And exhale, arching the back. Breath in lower, and breath out, arching away. Once again, breathing in, opening up the heart. Exhale, rounding through the back. Settling your way back to a child shape. Maybe settling the knees a little wider apart. Maybe the arms stretch out in front nice and long. And the forehead might reach to your mat or maybe to a pillow or blanket underneath you. Knowing that this shape is here for you at any stage. And starting to transition into a shoulder opener, looking towards the left hand, sweeping the right arm underneath, turning the head to face towards that right hand that's gone underneath you. Taking that arm back to the center. This time scooping up through the left arm and scooping that underneath, looking underneath the arm on the right side. Gentle breaths here. Before making your way back to your child shape. And then coming back through a tabletop and starting to move around your hips in a nice big circle. I'm using this as a bit of free form expression. Maybe feeling into the sides of the body in one direction before moving around in the opposite way. Simply warming up through the hips, through the back and through the shoulders. Gently beginning to come back to center, tuck the toes, lifting yourself up and back, downward facing dog. Taking a few moments to settle into this space, maybe pedaling out through the feet, bending through the knees. And as you begin to reach stillness, Taking a breath in, lifting high to the toes. Breath out, pressing the heels back down towards the earth. Inhale, rising. Exhale, settling back. Once more, lifting and pressing those heels back. Still a gentle bend in the knees if you like. Knowing that you can come down at any stage to a tabletop if there's a little too much pressure maybe on your hands or your shoulders in this shape. And to gently rise to the toes on a breath in, exhale, bending the knees, looking forwards and taking a nice gentle walk to the top of your mat, coming to meet your feet where your hands are for a forward fold. And you might take a ragdoll shape here by taking hold of the elbows, letting yourself sway from side to side, taking in this gentle inversion before releasing the hands, coming back to the mat and inhaling a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, folding forwards. Breath in, halfway up. Breath out, fold. This time as you breathe in, lifting high to the sky, arms can lift overhead, reaching to the sky before settling the hands back at the heart space. Pressing the thumbs into the sternum, noticing your body where it is in space. As you lift the hands to the sky, on an inhale, exhale, come all the way down to the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding down and then gently stepping back with the right leg. Right knee comes to the mat. Into your low lunge, arms can lift to the sky. Keeping a nice right angled shape with your left knee. Returning the hands to the mat, picking up that opposite leg as you come back to your plank shape, knowing knees on or off the ground are welcome. And you all lower our knees to the floor, hug the elbows in, lower down our chest and chin as you slide forward to your belly, gently lifting for a baby cobra, opening the heart, folding. Breath in lifts you up. Breath out folds you down. Last time, lifting and maybe holding here for 3, 2, 1 before folding back down and making your way up and back to your downward facing dog. As you arrive back in your downward facing dog, gently lifting the right leg to the sky before drawing the right knee to the nose and stepping the right foot in between the hands. Lower down the left knee, inhale those arms up, low lunge. And gently returning the hands to the mat, tucking left toes, this time stepping forwards to your forward fold. Halfway lift, breath in, folding forward, breath out. Inhale, rising all the way to the sky. As you exhale, folding back down. Halfway, breath in. This time, gently stepping the left foot back behind you as you lower down left knee, untuck toes, low lunge. Holding for a breath. Before taking the hands down, tucking toes and stepping your way back to your high or low plank shape. A full breath in, breath out as you lower down knees, chest and chin. Sliding forwards to your baby cobra or your cobra shape. And doing that once more, inhaling up, exhaling down. This time maybe hovering the hands off the ground for a breath before floating back down, tucking toes, downward facing dog. As you rise to the toes, lifting the left leg to the sky, bringing that knee to the nose, left foot comes between the hands, untuck right toes, Lifting arms to the sky. Taking the hands down, tucking right toes and stepping forwards to your forward fold. And you inhale, halfway lift, folding down. Big breath in brings you to the sky. And the hands can settle at the heart space. And you come to stand at the top of your mat, bringing the hands to the hips and gently pressing into the left foot as you rise onto the right toes, and then maybe bringing that right knee in towards the chest and embracing any sways or wobbles that come with this balancing shape. As you start to extend that right leg back behind you, coming now to a high lunge shape. Hands still at the heart before gently reaching them to the sky. Settling here. And then an inhale, straightening through the legs, lifting the arms. Exhale, letting them float down, bending the knees. Inhaling up and exhale down. Once more lifting and floating down before coming all the way back up and turning out into our warrior two shape. Left toes facing towards the front of the mat. Back heel is parallel. Hands might come to the hips to start with before maybe extending out nice and long. And relaxing through the shoulders, through the face. And inhale, lifting the arms, straightening the legs. Exhale, coming back down, warrior two. Lifting on a breath in, breath out, calming down. Once more rising and floating back to this strong, beautiful shape. Whatever it looks like for you, as you cartwheel the hands down to frame the front foot. Step your way back to your plank shape. An option here to lower knees or come through chaturanga. You might float through into your upward facing dog or through your cobra shape before meeting back in our downward facing dog. Bending the knees, looking forward and making your way back to the top of the mat for your forward fold. And then coming all the way up to standing. Arms reach high, hands come to the heart space. This time the hands will come to the hips as the weight comes into the right foot, reaching onto the left toes and hugging that left knee in towards the chest. Balancing here, hands come to the heart, before extending that left leg out behind you, coming to your high crescent lunge. On the next breath, lift high, exhale, dipping low, breathing in, lifting, breath out, lowering, breathing in, lift, last time lower as you come all the way back up. And then start to spin your way around now to your warrior two shape on the opposite side. Bending deeply through that right knee, hands can come to the hips or extend out nice and long. Breathing here, inhale, lifting, exhale, softening back. Breathing in, legs straighten, and coming back down. Last round, lifting and softening, holding here back in this warrior two shape. Before cartwheeling those hands all the way down to the mat, stepping your way back to your plank shape and moving through your vinyasa flow, maybe that baby cobra version or chaturanga through up dog. Tuck the toes, find your way back downward facing dog. Taking a nice big breath in here and a big breath out. Bending the knees, coming down into your child shape once again. And softening here, letting your breath and your body take a moment to reconnect. And starting to look up towards your hands. Making your way over to a comfortable seat once again, this time with the legs extended long. Again, if you've got a blanket or a pillow you'd like to place underneath your sit bones here, taking the time to do that now. Before bringing the left foot in to press against the right thigh for Janu Sirsasana. Lifting the arms on an inhale, and as you exhale, floating down with the palms open to come to your forward fold. Janu Sirsasana translates to head to knee pose, but that doesn't mean our knees or our noses need to touch here. You might soften a little more through the back of the neck. And then taking your way up, cartwheeling the left hand behind you and starting to sweep around the right arm for our stargazer shape, really opening up here through the heart space. Pressing down through the knee, through the hand before circling that arm all the way down. Back to your mat, to your space, and then gently swapping over sides. This time, right foot will come in, press against the left thigh. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, soften forwards. Again, letting the face, the jaw, your joints be a little softer here. As you take that right arm up and around, this time left arm circles open for your stargazer shape, opening up the heart. And circling that arm all the way back down. And coming to your forward fold, both legs out long as you lift the arms, breath in, floating them down, breath out. And if it helps here to ease a little more comfort, bringing a soft bend into the knees. You're knowing yoga is not about touching our toes. So maybe today, instead of reaching straight for our feet, we simply allow our hands to fall where they are. As you make your way back up, reversing that hip stretch, coming into your upward plank, hands come underneath shoulders as you open up through the heart space. Once again, legs out long. Before settling your way back down. Now gently making your way down onto your back. Taking your feet about as wide as your mat here. And leaving your hands on your tummy. And the hands can gently come out to the sides as you start to sway your knees from side to side, almost like a windscreen wiper would on a rainy day. And the next time that the knees roll over towards the right side, letting them hover there. And for a bit of a deeper stretch, you might bring the right foot on top of the left knee. Or simply keeping the knees where they are. Holding this for another nice long deep breath. And a soft breath out. Removing the right foot and starting to take that sway movement once again. From side to side, and the next time the knees come to the left, letting them stay, or maybe that left foot comes on top of the right knee. Soft breath in, soft breath out. Starting to remove the foot, bringing them back to the center. And keeping the feet as wide as the mat and gently letting the knees knock in towards one another here. As you come to your resting shape. Maybe the hands stay connected to the heart and to the belly. more than welcome as well here to stretch the legs out long. Maybe the arms come out by the sides. As you let yourself wind down here into this resting shape, using this time to simply be in your body and in your space. Knowing that right now there's nothing left to do, nowhere to be right this second. Letting any forced breathing or any tension, simply letting that try and float away from the body. And we have a few more breaths here in your Shavasana. And you'll hear the sound of my voice when it's time to come back out again. As you start to bring yourself back to life, maybe a gentle wiggle through the fingers and the toes, maybe a rock of the head from side to side, or a nice big stretch. As you take your hips over to one side and gently rolling towards your preferred side before making your way up to a comfortable seat of your choosing. Once again, a last few moments here, bringing your hands to your heart space, to Anjali Mudra. Taking this moment to have gratitude for yourself and your practice. Maybe the thumbs come to the third eye as you bow towards the earth. Namaste, wonderful yogis.